Puck still loose. Nosek keeps it moving. The NHL's all-time win record now belongs to these Boston Bruins. They win their 63rd game of the season. 63, 12, and 5, and still 2 games on the schedule for the 22-23 Bruins.
That's remarkable.
"20 seconds remaining. The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Stanley Cup!
Here's your host of What the Puck is Going On, Dave Metzger.
All right, here we are, back again, Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. We've got an hour before puck drop. We got a slew of 7 o'clock games tonight, a couple at 8, and then some at 9. No 10 p.m. starts here on this Tuesday. So a little bit of oddity there. Latest game starting at 9 p.m. out there on the West Coast in Edmonton. We've got some playoff standings to go over. Before we do that, we'll check in. Steve, how are you today?
Dave, doing good. How are you? Actually, I got a unexpected visitor to the studio. Let me handle them real quick, and I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. All right, he steps away. We'll go ahead and we'll get into the playoff picture here. We'll start off in the East. In the Atlantic, your top 3 teams are going to be Tampa Bay with 98 points, Buffalo with 98. So they are tied 1 and 2 right there. I think that's going to come down to the end. Tampa Bay has played 73 games, while Buffalo has played 74. So Tampa, as of now, has a ever-important game in hand on Buffalo. Great turnaround for Buffalo, as we've mentioned on previous shows here. It's about time that they get back into the mix. I know there's some happy fans up there in Buffalo. So we'll see how much noise they can make if they kind of keep the trend that they've been on for quite some time, to be honest here. Buffalo could really do some damage here in the playoffs. As of right now, they would be getting Montreal, which is your third-place team, with 94. So not out of the realm of possibility that we could see Montreal and Buffalo flip-flop. Montreal playing well as of late, 7-3 for Montreal, 6-2 for Buffalo, and 7-1 and 2 for Buffalo in their last 10, 6-2-2 for Buffalo, 7-3 straight up for Montreal in their last 10 games. The top 3 in the Atlantic are absolutely buzzing right now. So that's looking like the kind of the cream of the crop right there in the East so far. In the Metro, we have Carolina with 98 points, right up there with Tampa Bay and Buffalo. Pittsburgh has 90 points. They get a huge win the other night against the Islanders. I believe that was last night. We got some back-to-backs. We'll check on that. The Islanders with 89 points, so 1 point separates 2 and 3. So you got to think those teams are kind of battling for the home ice advantage here at this point. But there are a couple teams that they have something to say about that. They want to get into Boston with 92. They could even find their way out of the wild card right now, chasing down Montreal in the division, and they're only 2 points off. So, I mean, there's a lot that could happen here. We've got about a month left to go here in the season. 75 games played for the New York Islanders, 74 games played for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh, as of now, has the game in hand. And Carolina, who I definitely see winning this division. They have 73 games played, so 1 game in hand on Pittsburgh and 2 games in hand on New York. I think the battle is between 2 and 3. So we'll see what transpires there. Columbus is your second wild card team with 88 points. So you know what? They said, hey, we can take the 3rd spot. We could even take the 2nd spot. They're playing nice as of late, too. 5-3-2 in their last 10. So they've cooled down maybe just a little bit, but not that much, to be honest. They're very nice at home with a 29-8 mark. So we'll see. They've got some home games coming up. Ottawa, on the teams on the outside looking in, Ottawa with 86 points. I think they're going to have to hope for a wild card spot. Detroit with 86. I see them hoping for a wild card as well. Philly with 86. And then the last real relevant team somehow still hanging around would be the Washington Capitals. 74 games played for them. They have an absolutely massive matchup tonight against the Philadelphia Flyers. That's a 7 p.m. puck drop. The game is in Washington. Last time these two played, they took a loss from Philly, so they're going to be looking to kind of rectify that here. And let's just face it, they kind of have to. If this game was maybe against, somebody else like a Toronto or a New Jersey or somebody of those sorts, they can really only afford one more loss anyway. They're going to have a really, really nice output the rest of the way. But this game, being that it's against Philly tonight, it's just going to be absolutely massive. So we'll have to keep an eye on that game, which we certainly will be. So a lot of fun things coming down to the wire here in the East.
We're back, Dave, by
as
the
we
way.
expected. Okay, all right. Steve is back. So Steve, I don't know where you came in, but I went over the whole East here in a tight race. Anything could still happen. So what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, again, I mean, it's a little more spread out than last week, but let's just kind of take a look at the 4th spot in the conference right now, Montreal, 94 points, and then you mentioned the Caps and the Flyers and Detroit really fighting it out, and Ottawa fighting it out for the last spot in the playoffs, trying to get above Columbus. But that separation is only 11 points amongst, 9 teams combined? So, wow, man, just condensed and packed. But the Caps playing their best hockey, Dave. Maybe all season. Maybe they just finally have their pieces healthy. Maybe the Young Bucks, getting some minutes under their belt is helping that cause a little bit. 6-2-2 in their last 10. The Flyers, 8-1-1 in their last 10. I mean, this game between them is a de facto playoff game tonight, right? It has to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This game tonight is just – it's almost as big as you get, even with, about 8 games still to go. It just doesn't get much bigger. These two teams are, Washington's chasing them down. Philly's trying to say, hey, we're relevant. We're making it too. Look at how we're doing. The mark of the last 10 that you mentioned. I mean, it's just a massive – it's probably the most massive game of the evening, even though there are some other games too.
And even to put it in perspective, with Detroit, I mean, they were kind of in a 4-way duel, you could kind of say, with Tampa Bay, Buffalo, and Montreal for the most part of the season. Boston, obviously, kind of coming on strong at different parts of the season. They've had if there's any team that's kind of been a team of runs, maybe it's the Bruins, either, being on the better side of things or the worst side of things, and definitely playing better as of late. But Detroit has gone from being a division-leading competitor to right now being out of the playoffs. So that just tells you the margin for error is just very, very slim here. And it should be slimmer as we get towards the end. Less than 10 games to play here for everybody.
Yeah, Steve, I got to say, if there's anybody that has been disappointing to me, it has been Detroit. 4-5-1 in their last 10. Only losers of 1, so no real losing streak to speak of. But kind of with that last 10, I mean, you mentioned that, they were right up there, and now they're on the outside looking in, and things don't look good for them. I don't think they have an easy road the rest of the way out. So just really disappointing from Detroit. And I feel like when we get to this time of year, Steve, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is kind of the same old thing that we say about Detroit. This team is good enough to get there and get in, and then towards the end, they just don't have it. So I don't know. I just don't feel good about Detroit, and I think there's going to be some changes made if they don't make the playoffs. So coaches, GMs, beware in Detroit.
Right. As we learned in this last week, it's never too late to change coaches, and we'll get to that in a minute with Vegas. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Anything can still change. Hockey, I mean, as much as any sport can have a turnover at the top, and it's bound not to stop here at Vegas here at the last part of the season here. But Montreal, 5 wins in a row now. Even Buffalo, who we've given a lot of praises to, 6-2-2, they get the division lead. But here they find themselves now tied again with Tampa and losing by point differential at the moment, as Tampa Bay's been red hot, 7-1-2 here in their last 10. So each of these teams in the East have some sort of a tough path to whatever their end game is here, be it get the top seed, win their division, whatever the case may be. And the playoffs will be something once we get to it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So let's check in on the West, see what we have going on here. Central, your top 3 teams are going to be as followed. Colorado and Dallas, as we mentioned last week, are clinched, so they will be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Minnesota not yet clinched, but I think there is a clinching scenario for them this evening. Colorado with 108 points, Dallas with 100, so Colorado has pulled away just a bit here. And Minnesota, you got to think, third spot, 94 points. They're probably going to sit tight right there, and it's going to be Dallas and Minnesota at this point in time in the first round. And I've mentioned it before, and I'll probably say it on all the rest of our programs. The last month or so we have left. A great first round matchup, but just what a shame! What a shame that one of these teams is going home in the first round. But with the format now that they have it, it is what it is. So that I would be looking for Dallas and Minnesota first round matchup. Looks like it'll start off in Dallas. So we'll see if that holds true. In the Pacific, Anaheim is your top team with 87, and they've pulled away a little bit, Steve. Only 4 points. But 87 looks so much better than 83. So Edmonton with 83, Vegas with 82. There's your top 3 teams in the Pacific. Your wild card is as followed. Utah holding that top spot. No surprise, they've been there for a while. Nashville is your last team in with 77 points. A couple teams, though, still to have something to say about that. LA 1 point behind with 76. Even Seattle's right there with 75. San Jose, as bad as it's looked for them, won in their last 10.
It's amazing. It's amazing. They're right back in it.
And they're still there, 2 points away.
Yep.
Even Winnipeg is right there.
And where have the Jets come from? Yes, out of nowhere.
Yeah. Out like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Steve. Winnipeg, there they are saying, hey, don't forget about us. Even St. Louis, really, with 73, tough hill to climb, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. So, Steve, the West, where I feel like hasn't been all that interesting, we're a month away. It's gotten a little bit more interesting, I would say.
The Wild West, as you've heard that phrase before. And it's these teams at the bottom who are currently in the playoffs just not putting, their best foot forward exactly. I mean, Utah's been playing. They only have 4 wins here in their last 10. Vegas, the same thing. Losers of 3 in a row now, Nashville. So where they've kind of faltered a little bit. Some of these teams have done just enough, mainly in overtime, like the Kings. The Kings are 3-3-4 with those 4 points coming in overtime, and that's enough to climb them right there to within a point of Nashville. It's crazy to say. San Jose right back in it. Seattle, we kind of almost thought we were going to leave them for dead, but they've grabbed a couple points from overtime. And the Jets, even with 3 regulation losses, those 2 overtime losses, gaining points there for the Jets. And we figured the Jets might make one last stand here after the Olympics. And they have. We thought maybe Florida would on the flip side of things. They haven't. But here are the Jets trying to make it. And again, I mean, this probably will, in both situations, East and West, come down to the last game or 2 of the season.
Yep, Steve, I think it's going to be that way for both conferences here. I wasn't so sure about the West before, but like you said, very well put. Some teams are doing just enough, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye.
How about
now,
Vegas, Dave? Vegas with the new coach Tortorella. They were the first place team, and we said right before the Olympic break, I'll give it to mid-March and watch. Vegas is going to drop out of the first place. Not only have they dropped out of first place, but they're about ready to drop out of the playoffs if they kind of continue on their downward path. Nice win and a boost with Tortorella. Apparently, Butch Cassidy, the players did not like him, is what we're starting to hear out of Vegas. Real tough coach. The players didn't like him, so maybe they're going to see a little bit of change of attitude out there in Vegas. But if they falter here, I mean, this is a team that went from first place to out of it in basically no time, it feels like.
Yeah, and that's funny to hear because, you go from Cassidy to Tortorella, and if you're talking about players not liking a coach, I mean, you're going from almost the same to same.
Right.
You've heard plenty of nightmare stories about Coach Torts there. So, man, I don't know that that's much better. I guess we'll find out. If they don't get their act together, they could slide all the way out. That's for sure. All right, Steve, we've got a decent little slate tonight. A little bit of time here, so let's go ahead and get to it. We'll start off with the one that matters the most to us. It just happened to be first on the list, so no bias here. Maybe a little bit of bias, but it's just happened to be on the list first. Let's go with the Philadelphia Flyers traveling to D.C., Caps making a quick pit stop at home. Over under tonight, 5.5, minus 120 for the over, plus 100 for the under. The Flyers are going to be plus 105 on the money line, while the Caps are minus 125 at home. Goaltenders tonight are going to be, let's see here, can we get them? Do I have them? Yeah, I have them. Dan Vladar in goal for Philly. Surprise, surprise, Logan Thompson in goal for the Caps. Steve, this one, so truly hard to handicap. Both are playing, like you said, Caps at 6-2-2 right now. It doesn't somehow feel like it, but they are, when it matters most, really trying to scratch and claw their way in with their best efforts that we've seen in quite a while, especially since before the Olympic break. So they've come out and they've tried to put it together. Is it going to be a little too late? I'm not so sure. Steve, just for everything involved here, something's telling me just to kind of, watch this one, take it in for what it is, root for the Caps, and really just kind of go no play here.
If I'm not mistaken, and maybe one of the games went over, I think maybe at least all but the one, and maybe all of them, have gone under the total, if I remember correctly, with these two. They played some defensive-minded games, mainly in favor of the Flyers here. So this is not a matchup that's been good with the Caps. The Flyers have just been a grinded-out team all season. And the Caps, they're going to have to earn it tonight. They really are. But, Dave, they are playing their best hockey. And where we thought that this road trip, they might kind of fold the tents on us, they're able to kind of rise to the occasion and get some nice wins. So coming back home, you got the Flyers. It's a regional rival. They're close enough to where they take the bus to play each other. Man, you're getting almost 2-1 on the Caps here on the -1.5. I'm wondering if we just don't see the Caps on a nice offensive onslaught for once, coming home off the nice road trip there, and almost their OV's last stand, maybe type of dealio. And if the Caps are going to make a stand, they got to win this game tonight. I'm going to lean with the Caps here. It tastes bad. It tastes gross. The Flyers have been fantastic. Give me the Capitals in this game.
I love it. I love it, Steve. All right, let's go Caps. All right, next game up, we have Dallas traveling to Boston to take on the Bruins here. Your number tonight, 6.5 plus 105 for the over, minus 125 for the under. You're going to have minus 125 for the Stars on the money line, plus 105 for the Bruins at home. Goalies tonight. Korpisalo is going to be in goal for the Bruins, so no Swayman tonight. And Jake Ottinger in goal for Dallas. I like the goaltending matchup in Dallas's favor, but something could it just be one of those against the grain kind of evenings that we've seen? Yeah, Dallas, the better team, maybe already locked in to the playoffs. Bruins really need some points. They would do us a favor even keeping the Bruins where they are if the Caps can beat Philly. But I don't know, Steve. You think one way and then something else happens. I'm going to try and link up with that kind of train of thought. I might go Boston Bruins on the money line at plus 105 here. I think they can get it done against Dallas at home.
Yeah, I like your perspective where it means just a little bit more for the home team here. And if there's any team that's had some injuries that they're dealing with right now, it is Dallas. We're missing Rupe Hintz still. Nathan Bastian out, Bunting out. So a couple good wingers there. Tyler Myers on the defense out. Meanwhile, Boston just the one lone injury with Mason Lowry. They're very talented defensemen. I think I would like to see Swayman in net here rather than Korpisalo. But Corpy's been decent. He hasn't been the worst. I'm going to take the Bruins to win what will probably be a lower scoring game to me.
I think so.
Yeah, I think under 6.5 is a lot of goals for these two. And Boston, where they win at home, they're not playing. It's not like they're playing these 5-4 type of games, 6-4. Now we saw that when they played Tampa in the Stadium Series, they had 1 million goals in that game. But the Bruins just aren't the type of team to me where they're putting up 1 million goals every game. Sometimes struggling even to get 1 or 2, but even that's enough to win at times. Dallas, I'm not sure their mindset, like you said here, coming at it. I will take the Bruins. I'll lean with them in a lower scoring affair.
Yeah, I like that angle. Even if should the Bruins fall at home, I don't think we're going to see an onslaught of goals. So I do love that under type play in this one. All right, here's a big one, Steve. I don't know if it's maybe it is. It's a big game. The Islanders are traveling to Buffalo to take on the Sabres. Your number here tonight is going to be 6.5 plus 102 for the over, minus 122 for the under. Got the Islanders at plus 164 on the money line. The Sabres are minus 198 on the money line. Let's look at the goalies tonight. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in goal for the Sabres, and David Reddick in goal for the Islanders. Islanders also, worth noting, they're on a back-to-back against red-hot Buffalo. Oh, that couldn't mean good things for them, could it, Steve? They lost to Pittsburgh in a bad way also last night. Again, huge game for the Capitals tonight. If they can win that game and the Islanders go back-to-back losses, I mean, you're looking at a whole different ball game in that playoff picture. So this could be a huge opportunity. Buffalo at home, I love the play here. Islanders blown out last night by the Penguins, a game they needed to win. Now they're going to Buffalo. No easy task. Give me Buffalo minus 1.5, plus 130 on the puck line.
I think I have to agree with you, even with the minor Buffalo struggles as of late. I think this is a game where they can get right with themselves. They have everything in front of them if they want to go grab it. And, Montreal is bound to give the Lightning a loss tonight as well. Montreal is playing fantastic. So the Sabres, with everything kind of at stake division-wise, trying to regain that top spot solo, I think this is a great opportunity for them to do so, especially with the Islanders coming off that back-to-back. Like you say, the Islanders just 5-5 in their last 10 as well. So it's not like they're blowing the doors off of people. And the Sabres, let's just say that they'll hold home ice here and I think get a win. Dave, something like 5-2 sounds like a winning game score to me.
Yeah, I could see it. Hey, Buffalo looks to get in, but hey, they still want points. They want to win the division, right? I mean, they're right up there with Tampa Bay, which that's our next game. And Steve, we have a couple big ones tonight. Maybe I was kind of wrong in saying that the Caps had the biggest one, but that's just because of maybe our bias a little bit. But here's another big one. Montreal is taking on Tampa. This one's in Tampa. Some big points out here for the Canadians tonight. 6.5 is your number at plus 100. Under is going to be minus 120. You got the Tampa Bay Lightning at minus 170 on the money line. Canadians plus 142. Your goalies tonight. Let's see here. Jacob Dobesh, who just got named first star of the week. I don't know if you happen to see that, versus Andre Vasilevsky. Woo, the way Dobesh is playing now, obviously Vasilevsky, one of the best goalies probably in the world, honestly, versus Dobesh, who has just been lights out, playing out of his mind for the Canadians, has really kind of solidified the number one spot, I feel like, for them. Steve, while I feel like these two teams could light a match and this game could actually just be an absolute shootout, this has playoffs written all over it. Give me under 6.5 minus 120.
That's a sharp angle play. My first thought is to go over, but you're right. We have two very good goalies here. Yes, this has all the makings of a playoff series that we could see at some point. And probably just a no play for me. I mean, if I like over, you like under. I can't pick a side in this. They're both good. So from that standpoint, we'll stay away from it. But both of these teams can make a deep run here come playoff time once we start.
Yeah, no doubt. They really could. All right, here's an interesting one.
Canadian is impressive, Dave. How about let's talk about them just for a second. They've had the Hurricanes here twice now in the last 2 weeks, and they've been able to handle them convincingly. Well, I mean, what does that say to you about either Montreal or Carolina, which we'll talk about their game here in a minute?
Right, yeah. I mean, it ain't going to be an easy one for Tampa. That's going to be a great game. We might have to get a little dual screen going on here, get that one on. So we'll talk about Ottawa's game here, and I'm wondering, they're in Florida taking on the Panthers. wondering what the psyche is here of the Panthers. Ottawa really, really needs these points. Looks like they're in a good spot to do it. Injuries for Florida, fatigue. I think everything's just kind of going against them, which, is really kind of what you would see of a team that has played deep, deep into the playoffs for so many years. Eventually, you're just going to run out of gas, plain and simple. 5.5 is your number tonight, minus 135 for the over, plus 114 for the under. You got the Senators minus 180 on the money line tonight. Florida at home is a plus 150 dog. So the goalies tonight, Tarasov in goal for Florida, who actually played well the other night. But the Senators are going to counter with Linus Allmark. I like Allmark much better in this. Steve, this just has really kind of everything Ottawa written all over it. I just don't see – Florida did put up a good fight the other night, but really what's left in that tank? I'm not so sure. There's really nothing but fumes. Give me Ottawa in any capacity here.
Dave, too much partying in the last 2 seasons with 2 Stanley Cups. I think you're right. I think they've just kind of ran out of energy here. When is the last time you've seen Florida as a plus 150 underdog at home? Right?
Right. That's
that's telling to me in this circumstance. Ottawa laying minus 182 at the book that I'm looking at. You got to go with the Senators here. You got to. That has to be the play. Again, they're fighting for their playoff positioning as well. Florida out of it. The Chuck brothers going head-to-head tonight. Give me, and to some extent, a lot of new faces on Florida when I'm looking at it here amongst the goal scorers. So maybe they're kind of dipping into the AHL pond a little bit here. Maybe shutting down a few players. I'm not sure, at least getting them some rest. But I think it's all Senators here tonight.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like a good spot for Florida. It really doesn't.
Right.
All right, next game up, we have the Devils. They're traveling to New York to take on the Rangers. Steve, what a road trip that is. I mean, they're just going to be dog-tired when they get there, aren't they? 6.5 is going to be your number tonight, plus 110 for the over, minus 130 for the under. The Devils are going to be minus 125 on the money line, while the Rangers are plus 105 at home. Goalies tonight, Shesterkin in goal for New York, Markstrom in goal for the Devils. Well, we know it's not been the year for the Rangers. The Devils have been playing nicer, that's for sure. But I think it's just a little too late for them. Steve, this game all around is a no play for me.
No play. I'm actually surprised we get Shesterkin back, that they would actually bring it back for the last few games. And since they have, he's done well. The Rangers have taken it on the chin from the Devils a little bit earlier in the season. Again, you're at the end of the road trip here for Jersey. It seems like they've been on the road for a while now. So I kind of lean with the Rangers a little bit at home, but this is an absolute pass for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no reason to really get involved.
If there's no Shesterkin, I'd stick with the Devils just for the sole fact that they've had the Rangers number. Now that Shesterkin is back, I'm going to have to, throw that out.
Yeah, no, that would make a lot of sense.
Right.
All right, next game up, we got a big one. Oh, man. In Detroit, can they just do what they need to do? Pittsburgh is on a back-to-back. Detroit's traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. 6.5 is your number here. Minus 105 for the over. Minus 115 for the under. Your goalie matchup tonight, it's going to be Gibson in goal for the Wings and Skinner in goal for the Pens. Not really a huge surprise there in the matchup. The Wings going with Gibson. Steve, this one, to me, you got Penguins. They win big last night. I don't know if they can put the same output. I mean, it takes a lot of energy to score as many goals as they did. Detroit really needs it. They haven't been scoring a ton of goals themselves either. Give me under 6.5 minus 115.
I think Skinner's a sieve. He's given up 3 goals here and at least 3 goals in his last 4 appearances. And I think Detroit team goals is going to be the angle here for me. So I'll take Detroit over 3.5 at plus 110. I think they'll get the puck through Skinner and a game that they absolutely have to have here. And it helps, like you said, the Pittsburgh coming off a back-to-back. So a little bit of fatigue for Pittsburgh will play into the hands of their wings. Better goalie for sure on Detroit. And Skinner is the Skinner that we've always known, one that will just give up goals. And I think the Red Wings will take advantage of that tonight.
All right, we'll see if they can. All right, Steve, here's a big one for us, big one for Columbus. Carolina is going to be in Columbus taking on the Blue Jackets. 6.5 is going to be your number here. Minus 105 for the over, minus 115 for the under. The Hurricanes are going to be minus 135 on the money line, while the Blue Jackets at plus 114. Your goalies tonight, going to have Jet Greaves, good old Jet Greaves in goal for Columbus, and Brandon Bussey in goal for Carolina. Man, he's been a good story for them.
Yeah, he's the better goalie. Yep.
Better matchup, Carolina. Now the Blue Jackets, they caught fire. I believe when we were going through the playoff picture there, they've cooled down just a bit. They are at home, but they got a buzzsaw in Carolina coming into town. I don't know, Steve. This looks like a Carolina minus 135 money line to me.
Carolina's awfully cheap. I like the Blue Jackets. They're a fun team to watch to me. They really are. But, man, if Carolina can just play their A game, they're really, really tough to beat. And the way that they've kind of faltered a little bit here in recent weeks, just a hair, I got to think that they're going to bring their A game into Columbus tonight. They can make life for the Blue Jackets very hard if Columbus gets this loss with everyone trailing right behind them. I mean, Ottawa's got to be licking their chops in Florida tonight for that reason alone. If Carolina can knock them off, and Carolina is playing for this top seed overall, which is going to matter in the playoffs. I mean, you have to have home ice advantage. Maybe not for a round, maybe not even for another round. But when you get to that conference final, you want to have home ice, and this is the chance for Carolina to get a win tonight. They almost have to, because you figure Buffalo, they have 98 points. Buffalo has 98 points. Tampa Bay has 98 points. So you hope that at least Tampa Bay or Buffalo lose. You'll be hard-pressed to have them both lose. Chances are they both probably win. So Carolina has to win this game to me. Give me the Hurricanes on the road here. Do I want to lay the puck line? I think I do against old Jet Greaves here. Columbus, I think Columbus makes the playoffs at the end of the day. The odd man out could end up being the Islanders or the Penguins. Man, that is so tight, Dave, looking at these standings. But I don't think anything's going to come easy for any of these teams. So if that's the case, Carolina wins tonight.
Yeah, there ain't nothing easy left now. So that's still a lot to play for Carolina, even though, they look well on their way to the playoffs. Again, they still have, a reason to show up and give good effort every night. So, all right, Steve, we have 2 left. Winnipeg is in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. 5.5 is your number here. Minus 130 for the over, plus 110 for the under. You're going to have the Jets at minus 148 on the money line. Oh, the Blackhawks are plus 124. Goalies tonight. I just have Spencer Knight listed at the moment. So if it's going to be Hellebuck, I love that matchup for them. Even if it's not, a massive chance for Winnipeg to get some more points here. You know what? I'm going to do it. I don't think I much care for it, but just knowing the opportunity that they have, hopefully the players understand that as well. Give me -1.5 at +170 on the puck line for the Jets.
I like the Jets here. Give me over 3.5 goals at +110 for the Jets. Blackhawks have been feisty, but they've given up some goals here as of late as well. So this might be a sneaky overplay, Dave, to be honest. 5.5.
Yeah, I could see that.
With Chicago at home and the Jets. And you'll get good money if you want to do something crazy, like go over 7.5 or 8.5. Let's just kind of take a look at the number I'm talking about. +270 if you get over 7.5. Over 8.5 is at +440. You want to go for the jackpot and get to 10 goals, then you're going to get +1120. I don't think we get that many. We have a good goalie. Actually, decent goalies on both sides. Obviously, we have. I only see Spitzer Knight listed. Right? Do you have?
I only have Knight as well.
But a good acquisition there in the offseason for Chicago from Florida. So, man, give me the over and give me the team goals for the Jets over 3.5.
Yeah, I like it. I could see that. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's finish it off here, and we've got a good one to finish it off. Honestly, Seattle is in Edmonton taking on the Oilers. 6.5 is your number here. It's going to be -10 both ways. So that just kind of, man, that's hard to handicap when it gets like that. +154 for the money line on the Kraken. -185 for the Oilers on the money line.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
We're getting there. Connor Ingram is the only goalie I see for Edmonton. Steve, it's a good game because both teams need the points, especially Seattle. But I don't know. I think I'm actually really just going to kind of pass on this one. I like Edmonton to win at home, but I could see Seattle being where they're at, knowing what they need to do, having something to say about that. So, Steve, I am actually going to pass up on the last game of the evening.
I think I'll pass here. I'll lean with Edmonton, but the price is too much for me. So I'll pass. Just kind of weird, Dave, that this is the latest game on the slate. 9:00 Eastern time is our last game.
Yeah, that's kind of odd, isn't it?
A little bit of a shorter Tuesday slate. We had a little bit of a longer Monday slate. Only a couple of games or a trio of games tomorrow. And Thursday looks like a really, really long slate.
Yeah. Thursdays have been, they've been huge lately. All right, Steve, let's go ahead and let's cue up the penalty box first.
All right. We can talk about these Thursday games here in a second too, if you want, real quick.
All right.
And you're trying to switch 7 guys, Mike. Come on.
You can't do that. That was probably number 10. 2 minutes broken.
All right. My candidate for the penalty box, where are they? I had them in mind. We talked about them earlier. I lost it. Who do you have?
Is it Florida? That's who I'm going to throw in there. I think they packed it in for the season. You can tell by some of the players they have in the lineup that they're going to probably fold to 10th tier. So Florida, to me, is the prime candidate to enter the penalty box.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely 100%. Mine was the Red Wings, Steve. Like I said at the top of the show, the disappointment come this time of year that we've been talking about for, I think, probably about 2 years now in these shows. just getting there and not being able to take the opportunity given. Tough matchup tonight, maybe a low-scoring, physical style kind of game. But Detroit has had every chance, and they're just not taking it. So, Steve, give me Detroit for the penalty box.
All right.
All right, we got some. You got some goal scores?
Yep, and I'll go ahead and I think I have the horn ready to queue up too. There we go. Goal scores for me tonight. And I'll work in a little bit of a reverse order here. As we talked about the Winnipeg game being a potentially a high-scoring, interesting game here. So go ahead and give me the double on this one. I'll take Scheifele at plus 140. I'll take Connor Bedard at plus 175. And here's a bonus one for you, Dave. Jonathan Toews, this is likely his last season. He's a former Blackhawk coming on the road here for Winnipeg. If they get Toews a goal here, plus 370.
Oh, I like that. I like that, Steve.
Yeah, so that's one that's interesting. I might have to play on one ticket, Scheifele and Bedard, and then put Toews. I mean, I could see it with an empty netter too. Just let's hand him the puck and
Sure.
add it in here. I'll take on Carolina. I'll take Seth Jarvis at plus 180. Another favorite. Gustav Sphere at plus 330 looks interesting to me as well. I will take at home tonight for our Capitals. Let's go ahead and take Ovechkin, who had a great road trip, right?
Yeah, yep.
Kind of almost a second life here. And maybe he's going to be the reason why they get over the hump against Philadelphia tonight. And then we'll go ahead and look at a Buffalo Sabre as well. And we'll take we'll go ahead and take Jason Zucker at plus 250 for the Sabres. So if I do Zucker and I do Ovechkin at plus 150, that right there pays plus 775. And then let's throw in Toews at plus 370. And now we're getting 40-1 odds on Jason Zucker, Alex Ovechkin, and Jonathan Toews for the Jets.
I like that, Steve. I'm going to go with some big guns tonight here, keeping it just kind of simple. I'm going to go Jason Robertson for the Dallas Stars. Give me Cole Caulfield for the Canadians. I said I was going to do nothing in the Oilers game. I lied. I'm going to take Connor McDavid to get on the board tonight against the Kraken. And then, Steve, I'm going to try it. I'm going to go with the angle of it is a Mr. Tom Wilson's birthday. I believe he turned
there you go.
32 today.
There you go. Nice.
So we'll round things off with Tom Wilson, I believe, was at a plus 245. And so for these four guys, Steve, we are just under 45-1.
Send me that text, Dave. I want to take a look at that a little bit closer when it gets time here, as we are right up against face-off. To highlight the games real quick for Thursday coming up. Sabres at Senators, Penguins at Lightning. The Bruins will be in South Florida at the Panthers. The Canadians will be at the Rangers. Red Wings and Flyers. Blue Jackets and Hurricanes take 2. The Caps will be in Jersey. The Jets and Stars. Canucks in the Wild. The Blackhawks at Edmonton. Calgary will be at Vegas. Toronto will be in San Jose. A lot of late games on Thursday. The Mammoth will play the Kraken, and the Predators will be at the Kings. So loaded slate for Thursday.
Yeah, that's a good slate, Steve. There's a lot going on the rest of the way out. Even the game Friday with the Flyers and Islanders has a lot of meaning too. So there's a lot to keep our eye on.
How about this too? Tomorrow night, Anaheim and San Jose. Maybe look at it over in that one. And how about our kid in San Jose? 19 years old, and he has over 100 points for the season.
Yeah, that's just incredible. It really is. All right, Steve. Any programming notes before we get out of here to puck drop?
It looks like we have. I think we have EPL back this week, so we should have a Friday soccer paycheck available this week. What are your three or four best bets for tonight, Dave?
Best bets tonight are going to be. I like the Senators on the puck line. Give me the Jets on the puck line, and there was an under that I liked. Oh, under in Montreal and Tampa Bay.
All right, we'll try. We'll try the Sabres on the puck line. We'll try Detroit on their team goals. We will try the Caps on the puck line, getting a nice price. We'll go with Ottawa on the puck line as well. We'll take the Jets on their team goals, and we will lean with the Hurricanes minus 134, I think, here.
Yeah, I like that. All pretty good calls in my eyes.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dave, take it easy.